What if retirement isn't the end of your story, but the most meaningful beginning?
Think about it for a moment and come with me discover this Buddhism wisdom.
For decades, you woke up with alarms, deadlines, responsibilities pressing on your shoulders. You carried others, you supported families, you gave your strength to careers, to children, to communities. Your time was often not your own. Now, life has brought you to a moment when so many people think the story is winding down. Society whispers, "You are done. Sit quietly. Fade out." But in truth, this stage of life can be the most powerful awakening you will ever know. I ask you again, my friend, what if your golden years could be a sacred season, a time not of decline, but of deep blossoming? What if the wisdom you've gathered over 6 or 7 decades was not just a collection of memories, but the very treasure you now get to live from? Stay with me, because I want to walk with you into this possibility. Today, we'll explore how Buddhist reflections can turn retirement into a journey of peace, purpose, and freedom, so that you can embrace the years ahead, not with fear, but with joy. Let us begin by shifting perspective. Retirement is not a finish line. It is a threshold. Think of life as 4 seasons. Spring is childhood, summer is your working years, autumn is maturity and contribution, and winter is the time when leaves fall and truth shines clear through the branches. Retirement is not about endings. It is the opening of your winter season, where clarity is sharp, where silence is golden, and where you can finally see the sky without distraction. But I know the fears. Many people over 60 feel a quiet unease. You may look in the mirror and notice lines on your face, aches in your back, the way time has marked the body. You may worry about money, about whether savings will last. You may worry about becoming a burden, or about loneliness, or about losing meaning now that the busy days are over. These fears are natural, and in Buddhism, we do not push fears away. We look at them directly, and by looking at them, we learn how to be free of their grip. Let us speak first of the body. Aging can feel unfair. The knees ache, the energy dips, hearing softens, eyesight fades. And yet, in Buddhist practice, we say, this body is not you. It is your guest house. You have borrowed it for a time. The lines on your face are not failures. They are poems written by the wind of time. Each wrinkle is a story of laughter, of tears, of survival. The gray in your hair is not loss. It is the color of wisdom. One old monk once said to me, "When you see a mountain covered with snow at the top, do not mourn for the green that has passed, for the snow is the crown of the mountain." And so too, my friend, your gray hair, your slowing steps are the crown of your life. Wear them with dignity. Treat your body kindly. Move it gently, breathe with it, nourish it. And when pain comes, breathe into it. Instead of fighting the pain, accept it as a guest, and you will notice that suffering lessens. Now let us turn to another concern: money. Many seniors in America worry deeply about financial security. You have worked hard, you have saved, and yet the cost of living rises, health expenses grow, and fear begins to whisper. Buddhist wisdom offers a different lens. It reminds us that wealth is not measured in numbers, but in contentment. There is a saying, "A rich man is not one who has much, but one who needs little." This does not mean you should ignore finances. It means you must use them with mindfulness. Ask yourself, what truly brings me joy? Is it another new possession? Or is it the peace of a quiet morning with tea? Is it the grand expense, or the simple delight of watching birds at the feeder? When you discover what truly nourishes your spirit, you spend with wisdom, and your resources stretch further than you imagined. I recall the story of a farmer who owned little. He had one old cow, a small hut, and a garden. People would ask him, "Are you poor?" He would smile and say, "Poor? How could I be poor? I have the sun each morning, the moon each night, and this breath I am breathing. His joy was not tied to possessions. It was tied to presence. You, too, can live with this sense of abundance. Begin by practicing gratitude each day. List 3 simple things you are thankful for: a phone call from a friend, the warmth of a blanket, the sound of rain. Gratitude turns what we have into enough. And enough is the real wealth. But let us not forget the heart. Many elders face loneliness. Perhaps your partner has passed. Perhaps children are busy. Perhaps friends are gone. Loneliness can feel like a heavy cloak. But in Buddhism, we learn that we are never truly alone. You are connected to all life. When you sit quietly, breathing in, breathing out, you share this rhythm with every living being. The same air filling your lungs also passes through trees, through animals, through children laughing in another state. You are part of a great web. And there are ways to heal loneliness in daily life. Pick up the phone and call someone, not to talk about the past, but to listen to their present. Offer kindness to strangers, a smile to the cashier, a greeting to your neighbor. Volunteer, even in small ways. Share your stories. You have lived through decades that younger generations cannot even imagine. Share the lessons, the mistakes, the victories. When you give, loneliness fades because the heart expands. Now, let us speak of purpose. One of the greatest struggles of retirement is the question, what is my purpose now? For so long, your identity was tied to work, to roles, to productivity. Without them, some feel lost. But purpose is not about job titles. Purpose is about presence. Your purpose now can be to live fully, to love deeply, to teach gently, to model peace for others. The Buddha taught that our highest purpose is awakening, to see clearly, to love without clinging, to live without fear. Retirement gives you space to walk this path. Imagine your life as a long journey. In youth, you rushed. In middle age, you carried heavy loads. Now, you can walk slowly, noticing the flowers along the way. This is not idleness, it is awakening. Let me share another story. A wealthy merchant once asked a monk, "What is the purpose of my life, now that my wealth is earned and my children are grown?" The monk picked up a bowl of water and said, "The purpose of the bowl is to hold water. But when it is emptied, it can reflect the sky. So too, when your busy rolls are emptied, your purpose is to reflect the vastness of life itself." Some of you may ask, how do I begin? Start simply. Begin your mornings with 5 breaths of mindfulness. As you wake, before rushing to coffee or television, sit quietly, close your eyes, and take 5 slow breaths. With each inhale, say quietly, "I receive this life." With each exhale, say, "I let go of fear." This simple act sets the tone for the day. Create small rituals. Light a candle in memory of loved ones. Write a letter of forgiveness, even if you never send it. Water a plant as a reminder of growth. Purpose does not need to be grand. It needs to be sincere. Now, let us not avoid the subject that many fear most, death. In the later years, this reality comes closer. Friends pass, health declines, and the thought of one's own end appears. In Buddhism, we do not treat death as an enemy. We treat it as a natural chapter. The Buddha taught, "Of all footprints, that of the elephant is the deepest." Of all meditations, the remembrance of death is the deepest. To remember death is not to be morbid. It is to be wise. When you remember that life is temporary, you stop wasting time on resentment. You forgive more easily. You love more freely. You stop postponing joy, and you live with gratitude for each moment. Death becomes not a thief, but a teacher. So when fear arises, breathe. Say to yourself, "This too is part of life. I am not leaving home. I am going home." This attitude transforms fear into peace. My friend, retirement is your sacred time. It is your time to slow down, to simplify, to love, to forgive, to awaken. It is not the end of your book. It is the beginning of the most meaningful chapter. Let us breathe together now. Inhale deeply. Exhale gently. Again, inhale, exhale. With each breath, feel alive. With each breath, know you are beginning anew. This is your season of wisdom. Wear it with dignity. Live it with joy. Share it with love. And if these reflections have spoken to your heart, I invite you to continue this journey with me. Reflect on these words. Share your own wisdom in the comments. Pass this message to someone who may need it. And if you feel called, stay connected to this channel. Together, we can make the golden years not a fading light, but a radiant sunrise.